Tess says she's developed a high tolerance to avoid certain foods and that she used to eat before. Okay, so that's kind of your mindset that you've kind of learned to develop. Now, the next part, I'll tell you this. So let's just look at Tess. I'm going to comment on your mindset thing. So in the mindset, like the mindset plan that I was talking about, you have mindsets that you need in the beginning of your journey when you're just starting off. You need to have certain mindsets. You need to have certain mindsets at the middle of your journey, right? When you're just kind of on your roll and you're going, right? And then you need mindsets for the end, the tail end of your journey, when you're right at the end of getting to that final transformation. There's certain mindsets that you need to have there. And that's the simplest way. So Tess, your mindset right now of developing a high tolerance to avoid certain foods, that might be really good at the very beginning, right? But at some point, you are going to have to shift that mindset, and you can't keep that mindset all the time, because at some point you are going to feel like a prisoner to food. You're going to feel like, oh man, I really want this, but I have to avoid it, right? I can't stay with it. There'll be a time, and there might even be a month or 2 or 3 months or a bad phase in your life where you're not going to be able to do that. And that will actually start to make you go in the wrong direction. It will have adverse effects. So maybe this is something that's great for you at the beginning, but I promise you at some point, you are going to have to let go of that, of avoiding certain foods, because that requires a lot of willpower. That requires a lot of focus. That requires a lot of energy to always try to avoid certain things. Okay. And eventually it will wear on you. Okay. So at some point, you're going to have to learn to have it there in front of you, let it be there, right? And you choose to have it or to not have it, right? And that will be a different type of mindset, right? Where you actually are choosing, right? And you're not really even have to avoid it, right? Avoiding is you see it on the table, you walk to the other room, okay? Choosing it is you sit down at the dinner table and they put chicken, grilled chicken, but then they have a big old piece of cake. Okay. You can't avoid that. Right. So at some point in your journey, you're going to have to get to a point where you choose to have the healthy foods, right? Or you choose to not have it. And that's an elevation of your mindset. Okay. So just thanks for commenting on that, because that's a great way of showing how you progress, right? That's part of the strategy, right? That's part of having a strategy for your mindset plan, is you need to know what you need at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. Okay. And I think that's a great mindset right now to start off with, to try to avoid those foods, right? Because that will show you like, hey, when I don't eat these foods, these are the kind of results that I can get, right? But like I said, eventually we're going to have to not put so much energy and thought into avoiding certain things, because that could take you into, a negative place. Okay.